the ship that should not exist. The galaxy did not fear humanity. That was the first mistake. Across the spiral arms, humans were known as negotiators, traders, survivors, never conquerors. Their fleets were small, their borders modest, their wars brief and defensive. When conflicts arose, humanity withdrew, signed accords, paid reparations, and lived to see another age. Older races called it wisdom. Younger empires called it weakness. So when the Zarkun Dominion discovered a lone human, battleship drifting at the edge of contested space, laughter echoed across command channels. One ship, not a fleet, not an armada, just one. The vessel was massive, larger than any human craft on record, but its hull bore no visible insignia, no active weapon signatures, no escort. Its silhouette was angular and severe, like something built without concern for beauty or diplomacy. It did not maneuver. It did not flee. It waited. "Scan it," ordered High Marshal Corva. "This is either a relic or bait." Sensors poured across the Zarkun flagship's displays. The results made no sense. The battleship's energy output was sealed behind layered containment fields older than modern star empires. Its armor composition included materials classified as theoretical impossibilities. Worse, its internal structure suggested redundancy beyond reason. Not backup, survivability. This ship was not designed to win battles, whispered a Zarkun engineer. It was designed to endure them. Still, the Dominion advanced. They broadcast a standard surrender demand in 17 languages, confident the humans would respond as they always did, politely, cautiously, submissively. No response came. Minutes passed. Space felt tense, as if the stars themselves were holding breath. Then the human ship spoke. Not with threats, not with defiance, just a single transmission, calm and measured. "You have entered a restricted exclusion zone. This vessel is humanity's final deterrent. Turn back." The bridge erupted in laughter. "Final deterrent? From one ship?" Corva raised a clawed hand. "Fire a warning volley. Remind them who commands this region." Zarkun cannons discharged, spears of stellar plasma screaming across the void. They struck the human battleship dead center. The explosion was blinding. When the light faded, the ship was still there, untouched. No scorch marks, no structural failure, not even a deviation in position. The human vessel powered up. Space bent. Reality screamed. And for the first time in recorded history, the Zarkun Dominion realized with cold, creeping terror that humanity had never shown its true strength. Not because it lacked it, but because it had been saving it. When the void answered back, the first weapon did not fire. That was what unsettled the Zarkun commanders most. Instead of retaliating, the human battleship altered its internal configuration. Sections of its hull shifted, not outward like gun ports, but inward, as if the ship were folding into itself. Energy readings spiked, then vanished, swallowed by containment layers so dense the sensors struggled to keep coherence. "What is it doing?" someone whispered. No one answered. The Zarkun fleet advanced, confidence fraying but still intact. Hundreds of ships locked weapons, filling space with targeting grids and kill solutions. The human vessel remained motionless, silent, its presence pressing against the senses like a gathering storm. Then space bent, not metaphorically, not visually alone. Reality itself warped around the battleship, as though the laws governing distance and mass were being negotiated, and losing. Stars stretched into thin, trembling lines. Gravity wells collapsed inward, then inverted. The human ship spoke again. "Final notice," it said. "You are approaching a point of irreversible consequence." High Marshal Corva snarled. "Fire everything." The Zarkun Armada unleashed hell. Beams, missiles, kinetic slugs traveling at relativistic speeds, enough firepower to crack moons and sterilize. Planets slammed into the space surrounding the battleship. They never reached it. The void in front of the ship thickened, turning opaque, then black. Zarkun weapons vanished upon contact, erased not by shields, but by absence, as if they had been fired into a hole in reality itself. The first Zarkun cruiser died without being touched. Its forward hull stretched, elongated like molten metal pulled by unseen hands. Then the ship folded inward, compressed into a sphere of light, no larger than a shuttle before, collapsing into nothing. Panic rippled through the fleet. "Gravity weapon," someone shouted. "No, containment failure." screamed another. They were both wrong. The human battleship advanced for the first time, not with speed but with inevitability. As it moved, space behind it healed, while space ahead of it unraveled. Entire formations lost cohesion as distances lied to navigational systems. Ships slammed into each other or drifted helplessly as their inertial frames collapsed. The battleship's hull glowed faintly now, lines of light tracing symbols no one recognized, warnings perhaps or epitaphs. A final transmission cut through the chaos, broadcast on all channels. This vessel is not a weapon, it is a boundary. One by one, Zarkun ships vanished, some crushed, some erased, some simply gone as if they had never existed. Those who tried to flee found no direction led away from the human ship, only closer. And as the stars twisted and the fleet disintegrated, the terrible truth became clear. Humanity had not built a battleship to fight wars. They had built it to end them. The silence that followed. The battle did not end with an explosion. It ended with silence. Where the Zarkun armada had once filled the void, there was now only emptiness, smooth, unnatural, as if space itself had been scrubbed clean. No wreckage drifted. No energy signatures faded. The stars beyond shone undisturbed, innocent witnesses to a violence too absolute to leave scars. The human battleship drifted alone at the center of it all, its systems powered down in deliberate sequence, reality knitting itself back together behind it. The crushing distortions eased. Gravity returned to its rightful place. The universe exhaled. From distant systems, observers emerged from hiding. Long-range probes crept forward, cautious and trembling. They searched for debris, survivors, proof that the Zarkun Dominion might still exist. They found nothing. The Dominion's communication relays went dark within minutes. Entire command hierarchies vanished. Worlds once protected by the Armada sent frantic signals into the void, receiving only echoes. The truth spread faster than panic ever could. The Zarkun were gone, not defeated, not conquered, erased. The human ship transmitted one final message, not just to the shattered remnants of the Dominion, but to every listening intelligence in the galaxy. The exclusion boundary is restored. No pursuit will follow. Do not return. Then the battleship turned. There was no celebration on Earth, no victory parades, no declarations of supremacy. Humanity's leaders watched in silence as the ship entered a private jump corridor, one that had no known destination and no recorded return vector. Some weapons were never meant to be seen twice. Across the galaxy, doctrines were rewritten overnight. Expansion routes were abandoned. War councils dissolved. Empires that had measured power in fleets and firepower now measured it in restraint. A new term entered every strategic lexicon: human boundary asset. Stories spread, distorted, exaggerated, terrified. Some claimed the ship still drifted between stars, waiting. Others said it had folded itself outside reality entirely. A sleeping sentinel that would awaken only if humanity faced extinction. No one dared test which was true. From that day on, when human diplomats spoke, they were listened to. When human warnings were issued, they were obeyed. And when young civilizations asked their elders why Earth was left, untouched in a galaxy of conquest, the answer was always the same, spoken softly with reverence and fear. Because humanity built a ship that does not fight, it ends.